The Blazing White Lines in the house, ready for another reaction video. Now, the video I'm going to be reacting to is honestly two videos this time. They're both by a Miss Mojo. Great channel, be sure to check her out. In more ways than one. But besides that, what we're about to see is two different videos. The first one we're about to see is the funniest Dean Winchester moments on Supernatural. Then the next one will be the top 10 Sam Winchester moments on Supernatural. I'm doing this because Supernatural is on its last leg. It's nearing its final episode, and I'm just can't wait. I want to see it. But besides that, let's have fun and get this party started. Now let's start with the Dean Winchester, and without further ado, let's go.
This hunter is monstrously funny. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Dean Winchester moments from Supernatural.
That was scary!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most hilarious moments involving the eldest Winchester brother Dean. Because he presents himself as a serious tough guy most of the time, Dean's goofier moments are all the funnier. Beware that there will be some spoilers ahead.
Well, who looks better, me or Nick Nolte?
Number 10, Demon Karaoke.
I'm sexy for my love, too sexy for my love going to leave.
Following the season 9
Yeah, I have to say, during that karaoke scene, he did turn into kind of a douche.
cliffhanger that saw Dean become a demon, fans were left wondering what heinous crimes the newly demonic Winchester would commit once he reappeared. As it turns out,
Yeah, and he did commit a crime. He committed a crime on karaoke.
the first and greatest of these would be karaoke. While living it up with Crowley, one of Demon Dean's favorite activities is getting drunk and singing songs like I'm Too Sexy and Imaginary Love.
Imaginary lover, never turn you down.
His drunken warbling clashes wonderfully with the image of villainy that demons project. Then again, given his fellow patrons' hatred of his singing, maybe Deanman is conducting a more subtle form of evil. Number 9, Dean just can't stop dying.
I'm not gonna die, not today.
During the third season,
Yeah, I covered this in another video, but I have to say this. Some of the ways Dean got killed were just plain mind-boggling. Like, cartoonish even. Just saying. I'm just saying. Why did I keep saying that? But besides that, I'm just saying, some of the ways Dean died when he kept dying were just plain cartoonish almost. But still, that was the fun about it. Besides that,
Sam Winchester finds himself repeating the same day over and over again. The common factor in every new day he experiences is that Dean dies. While Dean's deaths are occasionally somber, the manner of his demises becomes increasingly ridiculous. From being electrocuted, to slipping in the shower, to getting poisoned by a taco, and even getting squashed beneath a desk like a cartoon.
Who wants Chinese?
Sam's
I forgot about that! Now that was definitely cartoonish.
exasperation contrasted with Dean's obliviousness, along with his enjoyment of the song that plays every time Sam starts again, make for some hilariously dark comedy that can be enjoyed regardless of whether or not it's in the heat of the moment. Number 8, Mouthful of Candy.
What do you mean?
This moment occurs during an episode in which Dean and Sam recount to their friend Bobby their investigation of a case in which several urban legends, including alien abductions and alligators in the sewers, have seemingly come true.
Right, and that's how it really happened.
The brothers narrate their exploits and try to make the other look bad, leading to a number of funny moments throughout.
Whoa. Hold on a minute.
However, the funniest of these is definitely when Sam claims that when the pair investigate a dead professor's office, Dean stuffs his mouth nearly to bursting with candy he finds, causing his cheeks to bulge,
Trust me, we've all done that.
making him look ridiculous and leaving him barely able to speak.
He brought a lot of girls up here. Got more ass than a toilet seat.
Number 7, Cheeseburger Extra Onions.
I'll have a cheeseburger. Extra onions.
The Winchester brothers are no strangers to being on the wrong side of the law, so they don't have to act much when they have to infiltrate a prison to investigate some supernatural killings. Dean in particular takes the whole thing rather lightly, drawing on prison movies he's seen in the past to fit in on the inside.
That's the Sammy I know. Come on.
Yeah, Dean, you rely too much on movies. Seriously.
Man, you're like Clint Eastwood from Escape from Alcatraz.
His crowning moment of irreverence, however, occurs during his initial interrogation by the FBI, which sees him place a food order. Upon being asked if he thinks he's funny, Dean replies,
I think I'm adorable.
and we're inclined to
I do say, I do like Dean's taste in cuisine, just saying. Even though it can possibly clog your arteries to oblivion, still, awesome taste in food.
agree. Number 6, Dean the gym teacher.
A game with one simple rule.
In order to investigate a case of student possession at one of their old high schools, Dean and Sam go undercover as staff. Sam as a
No offense, Dean, but with those shorts and that shirt, you look like one of those creepy coaches that touches little Timmy in the back room. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
janitor, and Dean as a gym teacher. Dean gets into character in the most hilarious of ways, donning a stereotypical outfit complete with red shorts, as well as berating his charges in a pseudo-military fashion full of over-the-top machismo.
Take a lap!
Funniest of all, though, is how much enjoyment Dean takes in the power he has over the kids.
The whistle makes me their god.
Number 5. Dean Winchester is Batman.
Is that a rabbit's foot?
The two brothers encounter a cursed object that brings both good and bad luck to its users, a rabbit's foot. After losing it, Sam's bad luck ultimately leads to him being captured by two men who are hunting him.
Whoa, okay, now hold on a minute.
Dean recovers the rabbit's foot and uses the tremendous luck it grants him to rescue Sam in a ridiculous series of coincidences that make it seem like child's play, easily dodging blows and even tossing a pen into a gun barrel. Dean reveling in his luck is just icing on the cake.
I'm Batman.
Number 4. Busty Asian Beauties.
Dude, were you on my computer?
I can also respect Dean's taste in porn. I have to say, when it comes to me and most people, Dean was one of the most relatable characters. I have to say that much.
In another moment from the episode where Sam and Dean investigate urban legends, Sam sits down to use his laptop, only to
One of my favorite scenes in Supernatural is when Cass first discovered the joys of porn, and he saw the Pizza Man. Legend says his angel blade grew 3 sizes that day.
find it frozen. He asks Dean if he used his computer, and while Dean denies it, Sam then wonders why the screen is stuck on BustyAsianBeauties.com.
No.
Oh, really? Because it's frozen now. On BustyAsianBeauties.com?
Dean is speechless, for once, and his expression is absolutely priceless. Although Busty Asian Beauties becomes something of a running gag on the show, the site's first appearance is its most memorable, and provides one of Dean's funniest moments.
Dean?
Number 3, Man's Best Friend.
Wait a minute, can I?
No offense, but if I were you, Sam, I would wash my hands after touching that computer, because who knows what fluids have been on it.
I hear all animals?
Yep. Animals have a universal language.
While on a case, the boys discover that the only witness they have is of the canine variety, leading Dean to take a potion that
I don't know. Can somebody tell me, can an animal be a legal witness in court? Just saying. That's just something I've always wondered.
allows him to understand dogs.
Well, I'm sure you'll be out of here soon.
Please, I'm 14.
As it turns out, the spell lets him understand all animals, as well as to
Seriously, you say that, I'm gonna have to take you in.
take on the characteristics of a dog. The former leads to an amusing argument with a pigeon over the state of Dean's car, while the latter causes him to engage in typical dog behavior, including sticking his head out of car windows, playing fetch, and even making eyes at a French poodle. Number 2.
Well, Dean, you have reached a new level of kinky, and I'm not judging. But seriously, the way he was looking at that poodle.
Scaredy Cat.
I'm not going in there.
Upon being infected with a ghostly contagion, Dean becomes frightened very easily. Seeing the usually stoic and unflappable hero freak out at the drop of a hat predictably provides a lot of comedy. While some of his terrors are hallucinations, many of them result from his being scared of everyday things, or at least things the Winchesters deal with on a daily basis. The funniest of these freakouts occurs when the pair investigates an abandoned warehouse and happen upon a stray cat inside a locker, eliciting a shrill scream from the terror-prone Dean.
I don't know why, I've seen that a bunch of times, but it's still funny. That scream! What the? I did not think Dean could reach that high pitch.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
To the right. I call this one the Blue Steel.
Yeah, that's great.
To the right.
Fake U.S. Marshal, fake credit cards. You got anything that's real?
My boobs.
I'll stay here. Hook up with the posse. Because you know me. I'm a posse magnet.
Number
Now, I have to say, the one reason my dad loves Supernatural as much as I do is Dean's affinity for Westerns and Clint Eastwood. I'm just saying.
Number 1, the perfect
It wasn't that hard to get my father hooked on Supernatural.
disguise. Just like when they infiltrated the prison, the Winchesters get themselves committed to a mental institution to find the source of a string of supernatural killings. The fact that they fit right in with the mentally ill by telling the staff the truth about what they do is very funny, and leads to some insights into their characters as well. The funniest moment happens when the two look through the morgue and are caught in the act.
What are you boys doing in here?
Thinking fast, Dean drops his pants.
Pudding!
You know what would have made that funnier? If Dean had a boner at the same time.
And pretends to be childishly enjoying his partial nudity, making for our favorite funny Dean moment. Do you
I'm sorry, but if I was faking being insane, I'd probably do the same thing.
agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Ms. Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
And here's the next one.
No wonder Dean loves his Sammy. Welcome to Ms. Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Sam Winchester moments on Supernatural.
Hey, how'd you do that reverse exorcism thing? Just said the verse backwards.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most memorable, funny, and/or touching moments of the younger Winchester sibling from this dark fantasy series. With 15 seasons worth of adventures, there's a lot of laughs, tears, and good times that Sam has provided fans over the years. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Won't make things better. Won't pay the piper.
Number 10, his case of bad luck.
Sorry.
When he comes across a rabbit's foot, it seems as though Sam's gotten luck on his side for once.
That was a lucky break? Is that a rabbit's foot?
I think it is.
Unfortunately, it turns out the foot is cursed to kill the user with bad luck if it's stolen. As the Winchester's luck would have it, Bella Talbot snags it
Why ain't that a bitch?
away, and poor Sammy's on the receiving end of a world of awful mishaps. With everything working against him, he spends the rest of the episode tripping and stumbling over anything in his way, making him absolutely useless.
Listen, man, this is silly.
Sam, you okay?
The crowning moment of hilarity arrives
That is just embarrassing.
when Sam gets his foot stuck on a grate as he tries to free himself. Having lost his shoe, he can do nothing but look like a helpless little boy who's just done with life.
What?
I lost my shoe.
Number 9, his awful acting skills.
Action.
It's because we have no other choice.
There's no doubt that Jared Padalecki has some serious acting chops, but the same can hardly be said for Sam. Too bad for him, as in this fan-favorite episode, he had to channel his inner Jared, and it was something he failed miserably at.
Don't look at the camera. What?
Look anywhere but the camera.
After he and Dean are sent to an alternate world where Supernatural is a TV show, they realize they'll have to play their parts. However, acting doesn't come naturally to either brother, and they end up making fools of themselves.
If there's a key, then there must also be a lock.
Cut!
Sam in particular has great difficulties in remembering his lines, and his improvisations are only successful in being unintentionally laugh-out-loud funny. It doesn't get any better with repeated takes, as Sam's obsession with the key
Stop, Sam, you're hurting yourself.
and the lock ruins filming for good.
There has to be a lock. And when we find the lock, we can get the weapons, and then we can have the weapons. And the lock, well, so we'll have the lock, I imagine, because we open it, and of course the initial key that opens.
We need to get all three of that crap.
What?
Number 8. His reluctant killing of Madison. Sam has arguably more heart than his older brother, as he's been shown to be willing to let even monsters live if proven innocent.
There is no body. Why not? Because I let her go.
Heartbreakingly, in this case, it's his newfound love Madison who asks him to take her life. While they originally start off as mere acquaintances, Sam and
Like, this, I remember this episode. This was heart-wrenching. I don't know if I could have done this. I mean, just saying, that would have killed me on the inside greatly. Boy, this one really touched at the heartstrings.
Madison's emotional connection ends up becoming an intimate one. However, after it's clear that Madison is a werewolf, they're left with no option but to go with the worst-case scenario. Although Madison accepts her fate, a distraught Sam is unable to hide his sadness, yet he still volunteers to be the one to pull the trigger.
You don't have to. Yes, I do.
Yeah, when I saw this episode, I both cried a bit and died inside at the same time. Boy, hard choices.
Seeing his little brother in such a state even brings Dean to tears, with Sam showing remarkable courage with having to end his lover's life. Number 7.
Oh, that hurts so much.
Possessed by Lucifer.
You're the one, Sam. You're my vessel. My true vessel.
Considering Sam is Lucifer's true vessel, it's no surprise that they share multiple standout moments. There's Season 7, during which the devil tortures Sam to near insanity with hallucinations, with some painful but unforgettable scenes.
You'd be sleeping by now if the devil would just leave you alone for 5 seconds. Stupid Satan.
Before this, however, we see what a fully empowered Sam/Lucifer pairing would be like in an alternate future that Dean gets sent to.
Oh. Hello, Dean.
Here, Sam seemingly has no regrets about consenting to Lucifer's possession, as the latter openly boasts to Dean about gaining his victory. It's fitting to see Sam embrace his dark side, though, as his good intentions only led to ruin. While it's Lucifer who brought the world to his feet, it's clear Sam feels a certain measure of catharsis.
We will always end up here.
If Supernatural has taught me one thing, nothing is set in stone.
I win. So I win.
Number 6, when he stepped up as a leader.
You gonna tell us what we're doing here or what?
Of course, yeah. So my brother and I, we
The character development of Sam Winchester has to do with him accepting his destiny as a hunter. Once the British men of letters solidify themselves as a threat, it comes up to Sam to rally his allies to launch an assault against the enemy. When it seems as if the other hunters are having second thoughts, Sam brings up an impassioned plea to reach out to their hunter spirit.
No, you know what? I called you here because people, our people are being slaughtered. And we're next.
Not only does this change their minds, but he also convinces them to follow his lead into war.
So what do you want from us?
I want you to follow me.
As he succeeds in his plans to take the British men of letters down, Sam completes his transformation from reluctant hero to a proven leader.
They're scared of us. Yeah. Good. They should be.
Number 5, becoming whole again.
Nothing personal, but run the numbers. Someone's got to take charge around here before it's too late.
Sam spends the first half of Season 6 pretty much the villain due to his soul being left in the cage. Soulless Sam has no emotions and no care for Dean.
Close encounter? What kind? First? Second?
They're after me!
Third kind already. You better run.
Yeah, my cat sometimes gets these small flea clusters. It's nothing. You're okay, girl. I was just checking something.
Man, I think the fourth kind is a butt thing.
Empathy, Sam! Empathy!
You know, I have to say, Sam had some extremely funny moments when he didn't have his soul because the fact that he wasn't thinking before he spoke.
Even after death brings Sam's soul back, the memories of his time in hell remain behind a mental wall. That is, until Castiel causes it to break. Faced with no other option, Sam is forced to confront pieces of himself to be revived. Here, we watch as he soldiers through the pain of his memories, as the real Sam has to fight his soulless state once again.
Which one are you? Don't you know? I'm the one that remembers hell.
The most noteworthy moment takes place at the end of his journey, as Sam accepts his tortured self back just so he can return to his brother again.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Number 4. Confessing his failures to Dean. Season 8 brings a number of internal conflicts between the brothers.
You had secrets. You had Benny. And you got on your high and mighty and you've been kicking me ever since you got back. But that's over. So move on or I will.
While they do team up again, the estrangement makes Sam recall the times he's failed Dean. With the trials to close the gates of hell almost complete, he comes close to sacrificing his life when Dean interrupts him.
Where's Cass?
Metatron lied. You finish this trial, you're dead, Sam.
Soak?
However, Sam reveals that he deserves to die, as his overwhelming guilt makes him believe he isn't worth saving. He also confesses his pain at Dean seeking comfort in other characters like Castiel and Benny over him, showing true vulnerability after a long time.
What happens when you've decided I can't be trusted again? I mean, who are you gonna turn to next time instead of me? Another angel? Another vampire?
This admission goes a long way in confirming how Sam does look up to Dean, and how much he wants to make his brother proud.
Do you want to know what I confessed in there? What my greatest sin was?
I don't have a sibling, really, but I will say the worst thing for a little brother to endure is having the feeling that he's not living up to his big brother's expectations. I mean, seriously. That must be hard thing to deal with.
It was how many times I let you down. I can't do that again.
Number 3. Reconciling with his father.
The hell was that? We need to talk. About what?
About everything.
Unlike Dean, Sam grew up defying his father's orders time and time again, voicing his resentment of the hunter life. After John once again tries to keep the brothers in the dark, Sam goes as far as to pick a fight with his own father.
I think I wouldn't find out.
What are you talking about?
This memory comes back to haunt him after John's death, as he regrets leaving things off in such a way. Over a decade of carrying this guilt, Sam finally gets a chance at reconciliation when the time-displaced John
I know how that type of guilt feels, trust me, I know from personal experience. But trust me, when you're going through something like that, the best thing you can do is just pick up the pieces and find some way to move forward. Because it's not going to help you wringing your hands over it. I'm not trying to be harsh, I'm just saying. I know the feeling. I've had that happen before. Not going to go into it, but I'm just saying.
arrives at what is the future for him.
For me, that fight, that was a lifetime ago.
Despite John acknowledging his mistakes as a parent, Sam overlooks his failures and instantly forgives his father. After witnessing just how bitter he'd once been with John, it makes for a heartwarming moment to see Sam in his father's arms.
I am so sorry.
But I'm sorry I'm pausing this so much, but I have to say, one of the saddest moments I have seen in this show is when they got reunited with their father just to have him ripped away. That is just... ooh. That hurts.
I'm sorry, too.
Number 2, offering to trade his soul to save Dean.
I don't want 10 years. I don't want 1 year. I don't want candy. I want to trade places with Dean.
No.
Sam has taken any chance he can to rescue his brother from trouble, no matter how difficult it might be.
Doctors say there's nothing they can do. But they don't know the things we know, right? So don't worry, because I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get him better.
This is why, when Dean trades his soul for Sam's resurrection, the younger Winchester is racked with guilt. Rather than accept his new lease on life, Sam begins a tireless attempt in Season 3 to get Dean out of his contract, killing anyone connected to it throughout.
You can let Dean out of his deal right now. He lives, I live, you live. Everyone goes home happy. Or you stop breathing. Permanently.
Few moments highlight this more than in this Season 4 flashback, where he's seen distraught after Dean's eventual death, and is so broken down that he becomes desperate to get his brother back. Despite knowing the kind of punishment Lilith would have for him, Sam's perfectly willing to trade places with Dean and go to hell forever.
Just take me! It's a fair trade!
No!
Why not? Lilith wants me dead. Just let Dean go and she can have me.
Before we unveil our favorite Sam Winchester moments, here are some honorable mentions. Getting hopped up on medication.
They give you something?
Oh yeah, they gave me everything.
It's spectacular.
You always were a happy drunk.
Celebrating Christmas with Dean.
What's all this?
What do you think it is? It's Christmas.
Dean's over-dramatization of Sam's personality.
Too precious for this world. I never said that.
You're always saying pansy stuff like that.
Fanboying over Castiel.
Hello, Sam.
Oh my God. I didn't mean to, sorry. It's an honor.
Having faith in Dean.
I'll do it, fair warning.
No, you won't. When push shoves, you'll make the right call.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Overpowering Lucifer.
It's gonna be okay.
Now, this episode showed truly how strong Sam and Dean's bond actually is, and how much of a bond family can have. It's a beautiful thing to see, but tragic at the same time.
I got him.
In Season 5, the fate of the world came down to Sam, with the love for his brother allowing him to overcome the devil. After having enough of Dean's constant interferences, Lucifer, while possessing Sam, decides to beat Dean to death.
You know, I tried to be nice. For Sammy's sake. But you are such a pain in my ass.
With the apocalypse hanging in the balance, Lucifer is on the verge of landing the killing blow. However, the sight of an old toy in the Impala triggers Sam's memories, flashing him back through warm memories he shared with Dean. In the span of a few seconds, we see Sam's childhood play out, and how he shaped up to be the man he's become. Through these memories, Sam's able to wrestle back control from Lucifer, making the ultimate sacrifice by leaping into hell.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if
Yeah, but to be honest, I can't tell what was worse. Him getting tortured in hell or being without his soul in the first place. I sometimes
you're a fan
wonder
of the
that.
song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
I hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did. That was awesome. Those were some excellent moments from the show. Truly great gems. But besides that, this was by none other than a Miss Mojo. Great channel. Be sure to check her out. Also, be sure to check out my channel, The Blazing White Lion. Also, be sure to check out my BitChute channel, where I do regular reactions to different shows. It will be in the description down below. Also, be sure to leave comments or any videos you'd like to recommend in the description down below. Now, have a nice stupendous day, take care, and stay classy.